Welcome to Law Firm Marketing Deep Dive, where we reveal the most up-to-date secrets to effective legal marketing with unparalleled, data-driven analysis. No fluff, no nonsense, no wasted time. Just proven strategies that help you get ahead of your competition and win the online marketing game. Here's your host, Will Palmer.
This is Will Palmer, and today we're going to talk about the most critical factors that personal injury clients consider when they're choosing an attorney. But before we dive into this, I want to introduce myself and introduce this podcast. This is our first episode of the Legal Marketing Deep Dive. And I know one thing. I've been in legal marketing for 12 years now, marketing for almost 20. The most savvy lawyers out there know secrets about growing their firms that most attorneys don't. And it has to do with researching, learning, and understanding the data-driven reasons why and how legal consumers find, search, choose, and hire lawyers. This is the Lawyer Marketing Deep Dive, here to cut through the fluff and get straight to the heart of the matter. In today's heart of the matter, really excited to talk about how law firms can effectively market to the personal injury client avatar, especially in this new AI world. What are the biggest challenges PI firms are facing right now in attracting and converting PI clients? And what can you do today to put yourself in the best possible position compared to your competition in your market to win clients and grow revenue? Let's dive in.
We're diving deep into the world of the modern personal injury client and what you need to know to attract them to your practice.
We're going to be looking at excerpts from a Thomson Reuters white paper that examines over a decade of consumer legal needs surveys.
Okay, interesting.
And we also have a FinLaw report that focuses specifically on how personal injury clients find attorneys.
So, attracting clients in the personal injury market, it's a challenge.
Yeah, totally. It's incredibly competitive.
Yeah, so understanding how these clients behave is absolutely crucial for your marketing strategy.
Yeah, so let's just start by talking about this whole mobile-first mindset.
Okay.
The FinLaw report found that personal injury clients are more mobile-driven than any other legal consumer group.
Interesting.
Which is pretty striking. 62% use their mobile phones for legal searches, and 48% use them to contact an attorney.
So that's a huge portion of your potential client base.
Right. It's a huge portion.
That makes sense when you think about it, though, right? Like, let's say someone's just experienced a slip and fall.
Right.
What's the first thing they're going to reach for? Probably their phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're in pain, they might be disoriented, and they need help fast.
Exactly. And, that need for immediate assistance is reflected in another really striking statistic. 88% of mobile local searches for legal services lead to contact with an attorney within 24 hours.
So that's like basically the next day.
Yeah,
So
essentially.
you need to be ready to connect with potential clients the moment they start looking for help.
Yeah, you really need to be ready, right away.
So what can our listeners do to make sure they're capturing those leads?
Well, your website absolutely needs to be mobile optimized.
Okay, so that means...
This means fast loading times, click-to-call buttons that are easy to find,
Right.
and clear, concise information that's easy to digest on a smaller screen.
Yeah, you don't want to have to be zooming in and out.
Right, exactly. You want it to be easy.
You want it to be super easy to use.
So if someone's searching for a personal injury lawyer on their phone, you want to make sure your site is the one that grabs their attention and makes it easy for them to reach out.
So this whole sense of urgency really sets personal injury clients apart.
Absolutely.
They're not just, casually browsing for legal services.
Right.
They're in a crisis situation and they need immediate help.
Exactly. The FinLaw report really paints a picture of a client in crisis.
Okay.
They've experienced a sudden and often traumatic event that's disrupted their lives.
Right.
They're dealing with pain, confusion, and a whole lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, so it's not just about the physical injuries, right?
It's the emotional toll, the disruption to their daily lives, right?
And according to the report, 79% of personal injury clients contact an attorney as their very first step after an injury.
It's really interesting.
They need someone they can trust to guide them through this challenging time.
Absolutely.
And it seems like they make decisions quickly, too.
Yeah, they do.
The report states that 66% choose an attorney within a week.
Wow.
And a staggering 67% only contact one attorney during their search.
That's amazing.
That means you have a very limited window of opportunity to make a connection and convert that lead into a client.
Yeah, you really got to be on top of it.
You really do.
That's why having a streamlined intake process is so crucial.
So important.
If a potential client calls your office, you need to be ready to respond quickly and efficiently.
Yeah, don't risk losing them to a competitor simply because your intake process is slow or cumbersome.
Exactly. And remember, you're not just competing on legal expertise.
Right.
You're competing on responsiveness and the ability to provide comfort and reassurance during a stressful time.
So I'm sure many attorneys listening are thinking, well, my legal skills are top-notch.
Right.
Shouldn't that be enough?
Of course, expertise is vital.
Yeah.
But it's not the only factor in a personal injury client's decision.
What else is there?
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Personal injury clients are far more concerned with reputation and track record than the average legal consumer.
Makes sense, right? They're looking for someone who has a proven history of success in cases similar to theirs.
Exactly.
It's like choosing a surgeon. You want someone with a track record of positive outcomes.
Precisely. And the FinLaw report found that 43% of personal injury clients say reputation was the most important factor in their decision-making process.
Wow.
That's 14% higher than the average legal consumer.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a really big difference.
So how can personal injury attorneys showcase their reputation effectively? What are some concrete steps they can take?
It's all about visibility.
Okay.
You need to make it easy for potential clients to see evidence of your success.
Okay, so like?
Display case results, awards, and testimonials prominently on your website.
Okay.
And consider leveraging third-party ratings from organizations like super lawyers.
Right, but because that gives you that extra credibility.
Exactly. Those elements build trust and credibility in the eyes of potential clients.
Yeah, it's about demonstrating that you've been there, done that, and gotten results for others who have been in similar situations.
Exactly. And, that brings us to another critical factor highlighted in the FinLaw report, online reviews.
Reviews, yes.
68% of legal consumers say they want to read reviews from former clients before deciding on an attorney.
I mean, it's no different from checking reviews for a restaurant or any other service.
Right. You hit the nail on the head.
We live in a review-driven world.
We do, and the legal field is no exception.
Yeah.
Positive reviews provide social proof and can be incredibly reassuring for someone who is feeling anxious and uncertain.
They want to see that others have had a positive experience with your firm.
Absolutely.
But with reviews, there's always the temptation to try and influence them or even solicit positive feedback.
Yeah, that's true.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, while it's natural to want to showcase your best side, it's crucial to maintain ethical standards when it comes to reviews.
Okay, so no funny business.
No funny business.
Right.
Never attempt to influence reviews or offer incentives for positive feedback.
Got it.
Instead, focus on providing exceptional service and creating a client experience that naturally leads to positive feedback.
Yeah, so you want those organic reviews.
Exactly. You want them to be authentic.
And encourage your satisfied clients to share their genuine experiences online.
That's really the best way to go about it.
Because ultimately, authentic, positive reviews will be far more valuable than anything that feels forced or manipulated.
Absolutely. Authentic reviews build trust and credibility, and in the world of personal injury law, trust is everything.
Couldn't agree more. Now let's shift gears and talk about a topic that's especially relevant in today's digital landscape, PPC advertising.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine someone's just been in a car accident.
Right.
What's their likely next step?
They're probably reaching for their phone.
Exactly.
And they're searching for a personal injury attorney right now.
Right now.
And this is where PPC or pay-per-click advertising comes into play.
Okay, I've heard of PPC.
It's a way to put your firm right at the top of those search results, ensuring that you're visible at the exact moment a potential client needs you most.
So you're essentially catching them at the point of need when they're actively seeking legal help.
Exactly.
That's incredibly valuable, especially considering the speed at which personal injury clients tend to make decisions.
Right. You want to be right there in front of them when they need you.
So PPC allows you to target specific keywords related to personal injury, ensuring that your ads are seen by the right people at the right time.
Absolutely.
It's about being there when they need you most and making that connection as quickly and seamlessly as possible.
That's what it's all about.
Now, PPC can be a complex world, especially for attorneys who might not be familiar with digital marketing jargon.
Right. It can seem overwhelming.
Can you give our listeners a quick breakdown of how it works and what they need to know to get started?
Sure. So PPC advertising is essentially an auction-based system.
Okay.
You bid on certain keywords relevant to your practice area,
Sure.
like car accident lawyer or slip and fall attorney.
Okay.
And when someone searches using those keywords, Your ad might appear at the top of the search results page.
Okay.
You only pay when someone clicks on your ad.
Oh, that makes sense. Hence the name pay-per-click.
Exactly.
So it's a way to buy targeted visibility, ensuring that you're reaching potential clients who are actively searching for the services you provide.
That's the idea.
And while it does require an investment,
Right.
it can be incredibly effective, especially in the competitive field like personal injury law.
Absolutely. But it's not just about throwing money at Google or Bing.
Right.
You need to be strategic with your keyword selection.
So like choosing the right words.
Yeah, choosing the right words and your ad copy and landing page optimization to ensure you're attracting the right clients and maximizing your return on investment.
So there's a lot to consider, but it sounds like PPC can be a powerful tool for personal injury attorneys looking to grow their practice in today's digital world.
It really can.
This has been an incredibly insightful look at the mobile-first mindset of the modern personal injury client.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. But as you mentioned earlier, our understanding of the legal consumer comes from two sources.
Right. We have the FinLaw report and we have Thomson Reuters white paper.
Let's now turn our attention to the Thomson Reuters white paper and see what insights it offers into the broader trends shaping the legal landscape.
Sounds good to me.
I'm really curious to explore those trends. Let's dive in.
All right, let's do it. So one of the most interesting things that the Thomson Reuters white paper highlights is this idea that while the way consumers find legal information has changed so much in the past decade.
Right, like so much has changed.
Some traditional methods, they're surprisingly resilient.
That's intriguing. Can you elaborate on that a little?
Yeah, so even with the rise of online searches and digital marketing,
Right, everybody's on that now.
referrals remain a really powerful force.
Interesting.
So in 2023, 60% of survey respondents who contacted a lawyer, they said referrals from friends, family, or coworkers were key influencers in their decision.
So word-of-mouth marketing is still king.
In many ways, yeah, it really underscores the importance of building strong relationships, not only online, but also within your community. That personal touch still holds a lot of weight.
It makes sense people tend to trust recommendations from those they know and respect.
Right.
But the paper also acknowledges the significant role of search engines, right?
Absolutely. The paper found that a whopping 67% of respondents,
Okay.
they used search engines like Google, Bing, or Yahoo to find information about attorneys in 2023.
That's a lot.
It's a huge number. It's undeniable that the internet has become the primary source of information for many legal consumers.
Yeah, so it's like having a digital storefront for your practice.
Exactly.
You need to make sure you're visible
Yeah.
and easily found online.
And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The Thomson Reuters paper makes this crucial point about search engine optimization, or SEO.
Right.
SEO. And while a top ranking on a search engine results page, it's certainly helpful.
Right. Everybody wants to be at the top.
It's not the be-all and end-all.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, because search engine algorithms, they're constantly changing. They're becoming more and more sophisticated.
Oh, I see.
And they take into account a variety of factors,
Okay, like what?
like the quality of your website content,
Okay.
the user experience you provide, and the overall reliability of the information you present.
Right.
It's not just about stuffing your website with keywords anymore.
Oh, so attorneys can't rely on tricks or shortcuts to game the system.
No, they really can't.
They need to focus on creating a genuinely valuable and user-friendly online presence.
That's the key takeaway.
So it connects to the broader point the paper is making about the changing nature of legal consumers.
Right.
They're more informed and discerning than ever before.
Absolutely. They're doing their research online, comparing their options,
Wow.
looking for attorneys who demonstrate expertise, trustworthiness, and a genuine commitment to helping their clients.
So that raises an interesting question. How can attorneys adapt to these evolving expectations?
Right.
What are some actionable steps they can take?
So the paper really emphasizes the importance of providing valuable content
Right.
that addresses the specific needs and concerns of legal consumers.
Right.
And they cite a really compelling statistic here. 53% of those surveyed in 2023
Okay.
who initially thought they could handle their legal issue on their own.
So they thought they could DIY it.
Exactly.
Okay.
They ultimately ended up contacting a legal professional.
So they start off thinking they can go it alone, but then they realize the value of expert guidance.
Precisely. And this highlights the power of educating potential clients.
I see.
If you can provide them with clear, accessible information about their legal options,
Right.
you're not only demonstrating your expertise, but also building trust and rapport.
It's like empowering them to make informed decisions.
Exactly. And this is where content marketing comes into play.
Content marketing.
Creating informative and engaging content like blog posts.
Right.
Frequently asked questions, articles, and other online resources can be so valuable.
I see.
It positions you as a thought leader and a trusted resource within your field.
Okay, so we've discussed the importance of mobile optimization, speed reputation reviews, and now content marketing.
We've covered a lot.
What other key elements does the Thomson Reuters white paper highlight as essential for attracting today's legal consumers?
So they delve into the growing influence of social media.
Social media.
And then remember how we talked about the power of referrals? Well, social media has become this digital word-of-mouth platform.
Interesting.
The paper found that 21% of respondents who looked for information about an attorney online,
Okay.
they turned to social media.
So it's not just for sharing cat videos and vacation photos.
Not at all. Attorneys can leverage social media to showcase their expertise, connect with potential clients, and build relationships.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to humanize their brand and make themselves more approachable.
I like that word, humanize.
Yeah.
Because, let's face it, the legal profession can sometimes feel intimidating and impersonal.
Totally. You're right. Social media allows attorneys to break down those barriers and connect with potential clients on a more personal level.
It's like taking off the suit and tie.
Right, exactly. It allows them to share their story, their values, and what makes their practice unique.
So what kind of content should attorneys be sharing on social media?
Well, it's about finding the right balance between providing informative content and engaging with your audience.
So not just posting and ghosting.
Right, exactly.
Awesome.
So share helpful tips, answer common legal questions, showcase your involvement in the community, and highlight recent case successes.
Right.
The key is to build trust and demonstrate the value you bring to the table.
So it's not just about promoting yourself,
Right.
but about providing genuine value to your audience.
Precisely. And the Thomson Reuters white paper points out that social media can be particularly effective for solo and small law firms.
I can see why it allows them to compete with larger firms on a more level playing field.
Absolutely.
They can use their personality and authenticity to stand out from the crowd.
Exactly. It's like that David versus Goliath story.
Right. But in the digital age,
Yeah, great analogy.
social media empowers smaller firms to showcase their unique strengths and build a loyal following.
And the paper also highlights that social media can be a valuable tool for reaching niche audiences.
Okay.
So, for example, if you specialize in a particular area of law, you can use social media to target potential clients who are specifically interested in that area.
It's all about laser focusing your marketing efforts and connecting with the right people.
Exactly. Now let's circle back to a topic we touched on earlier.
Okay.
Mobile responsiveness.
Right. That's super important.
It's such a critical aspect of digital marketing that it deserves a deeper dive.
Yeah, it's essential in today's world where people are constantly on their phones.
Right. It's their primary source of information and communication.
Exactly.
The Thomson Reuters paper underscores this point with some pretty compelling statistics.
Okay, I'm listening.
In 2023, internet searches via mobile devices actually surpassed searches via desktop computers.
Wow, so it's not just a trend, it's the new reality.
It is, and this shift has major implications for law firm websites.
Oh yeah, I bet.
The paper stresses that if your website isn't mobile responsive, meaning it adjusts seamlessly to different screen sizes, you're alienating a significant portion of potential clients.
So they'll likely click away in frustration and find another attorney whose website is easier to navigate on their phone.
Exactly, and it's not just about aesthetics.
Okay.
Mobile responsiveness also affects loading speed.
Oh, interesting.
So the paper cites a Google study that found that 53% of mobile site visits are abandoned if pages take longer than 3 seconds to load.
3 seconds is not a lot of time.
It's not. It shows how impatient we've become in the digital age.
True.
People expect websites to load instantly, and if yours doesn't, they'll move on to one that does.
That makes sense.
And this highlights why law firm websites need to be fast, efficient, and user-friendly.
So mobile responsiveness, speed, and user experience are all interconnected.
Absolutely. They all contribute to that crucial first impression,
That makes sense.
which can make or break your chances of attracting and converting potential clients.
Right. First impressions are everything.
They really are now. The Thomson Reuters paper also encourages attorneys to think beyond traditional marketing channels and consider opportunities they might be overlooking.
Like what kind of opportunities?
Well, they specifically mention the Spanish-speaking legal consumer market.
Oh,
And they point out that Spanish is the most common non-English language spoken at home in the United States.
That's a good point.
And that many Spanish-speaking communities are underserved by the legal profession.
That's an important point. It's about reaching out to diverse communities and ensuring everyone has access to quality legal representation.
Exactly. And it can also be a smart business move for attorneys looking to expand their practice.
Right.
So if you're fluent in Spanish or have staff members who are, consider incorporating Spanish language content into your website and marketing materials.
It's about being inclusive and meeting the needs of a growing demographic.
Now, as we wrap up our discussion of this white paper, let's highlight a few key takeaways for our listeners.
Sounds good. I'm ready to synthesize and crystallize some of these insights.
All right, so first and foremost, the paper emphasizes the need to adapt to the changing needs and expectations of legal consumers.
Yeah.
They're more informed, more mobile savvy, and more discerning than ever before.
A whole new ballgame.
It is, and to succeed in this new landscape, attorneys need to embrace digital marketing and create a strong online presence.
So that means?
That means having a mobile responsive website, providing valuable content, engaging on social media, and being responsive to inquiries.
Yeah, it's about meeting clients where they are in the digital world.
Precisely. The paper also encourages attorneys to be strategic and thoughtful in their marketing efforts.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to experiment with different approaches and find what works best for your practice.
It's about finding your unique voice and connecting with your target audience in a way that feels authentic and engaging.
Exactly. And remember, building a strong reputation takes time and effort.
Right.
So focus on providing excellent service, cultivating positive reviews, and being an active member of your community.
It's about building trust and credibility, both online and offline.
You got it. And lastly, don't be afraid to seek help from marketing professionals who can guide you through the ever-evolving world of digital marketing.
Right. Sometimes it's best to call in the experts.
Absolutely.
And leverage their specialized knowledge and experience.
Now let's turn our attention back to the FinLaw report.
Okay.
And delve deeper into their insights specifically on the personal injury client.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground, from the importance of mobile optimization to the power of online reviews.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. But let's get even more specific. What does the FinLaw report tell us about the typical personal injury client? What do they look like?
Well, the report actually provides a detailed profile. Yeah, the average personal injury client is around 46 years old and earns about $52,000 a year.
So we're talking about everyday people who are facing unexpected and often life-altering events.
Exactly. This reinforces the need for attorneys to be empathetic and understanding in their approach.
Yeah.
These clients aren't just case files.
Right.
They're real people going through a difficult time.
It's about putting yourself in their shoes and recognizing the emotional impact of their injuries. They need someone who can guide them through the legal process with compassion and clarity.
Absolutely.
The FinLaw report also dives deeper into the significance of online reviews, specifically for personal injury. Attorneys, remember, 68% of legal consumers overall want to read reviews, but personal injury clients are even more likely to rely on them.
That's right.
Why do you think that is? Is it the higher stakes involved in personal injury cases?
I think it goes back to the importance of reputation and trust in these cases.
Makes sense.
Potential clients want to see tangible evidence that an attorney has successfully helped others in similar situations.
So it's about seeking reassurance and confidence during a vulnerable time.
Exactly.
It's that social proof we were talking about earlier. Seeing positive reviews from others who have been in their shoes can be incredibly validating.
It really can.
Those positive reviews can make the difference between a potential client choosing your firm or going with someone else. They offer a glimpse into the client experience and provide valuable insights that go beyond marketing materials.
I completely agree.
As we wrap up our deep dive into the world of the modern personal injury client, what are the key takeaways you want our listeners to remember?
Well, first and foremost, understand the unique needs and behaviors of this client. They're mobile, they're in a hurry, and they're heavily influenced by reputation and reviews.
So tailoring your marketing strategy to address these specific factors is crucial.
Absolutely. The reports offer actionable advice, prioritize mobile optimization, streamline your intake process, and showcase your expertise through testimonials, case results, and positive reviews.
It's about being proactive, responsive, and making it easy for potential clients to see why you're the right choice for them.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Remember, the personal injury field is competitive to stand out. You need to be strategic and invest in the tools and resources that will help you reach your target audience effectively.
I think that's great advice for any attorney, really.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. We've uncovered so much valuable information about connecting with personal injury clients in today's digital age. But before we go, I have one final thought for our listeners. Something that wasn't explicitly mentioned in either report, but could be a real game changer.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Consider offering free resources on your website that address common personal injury concerns.
Interesting.
Think about creating a simple guide on what to do after an accident, a checklist for gathering evidence, or even a glossary of common legal terms.
That's a fantastic idea. It positions you as a helpful resource right from the start, building trust before a potential client even picks up the phone. It's about offering value up front and demonstrating your expertise in a way that's accessible and engaging.
Exactly, and those free resources can serve as valuable lead magnets, allowing you to capture contact information and nurture those relationships over time. So there you have it. Take this information, use it to elevate your marketing strategy, and connect with those personal injury clients who need your help.
Well said. I think this has been a really productive deep dive.
I agree. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for listening. Want more law firm marketing data and info? Check out growthlabseo.com. That's growthlabseo, like search engine optimization.com for more. Until next time.